Hi, so boom. Nebraska knocks off Cincinnati. I want to come talk about it for both sides. So just from what I saw from Raiola, I really saw this type of performance from him. I thought we would see a lot better of an offense. Now I don't even I really couldn't maybe there was a skycast and I just didn't watch it, but you can only see you don't really get to see the routes that they run. You just kind of see the quarterback on the O line. Um, O line definitely has some issues up front at times for Nebraska. That was a little interesting. Um, Elijah Pritchard being a bust was really embarrassing for him because that guy's supposed to be a big contributor. He gave a big sack on I think second and 12. Um, so he got beat on one of them. But I don't know. It's hard. I think what I would say, I wouldn't be too concerned right now if I'm a Nebraska fan, just because it's week one with a lot of new pieces. Um, Nazai Hunter, Dane Key. You got this O line that looks like they're still trying to figure it out. Um, and then you got Dana Holgerson, who wasn't like I think he might have come in back in the last year, but this is his first full season having an off season, all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure. So it's like I'm not too concerned. What I am happy about with Raiola, I know a lot of people criticize, I know he throws the ball, that kind of stuff, and he needs to rip it. Um, what I am happy about is 33 or 42 is he found completions. So that is one thing I think is so hard for young quarterbacks, and he is a young quarterback. He's another classman. Is finding completions where they're needed. Like finding completions no matter what. Like keeping plays alive, and that's what he did. Um, I think him and Sorsby were similar. They just didn't make mistakes. Raiola didn't throw an interception. He almost threw one though. He had one when they blitzed him, and he just floated it out. That should have been a pick six. But other than that, shoulda, coulda, woulda, it didn't happen. But other than that, like he really didn't make too many throws that were like, oh my gosh, like this is like this guy's force. Like he didn't try to force. He really didn't force anything. There's probably like two. There's probably one or two throws he probably forced yesterday. There was definitely one, but there's probably maybe one or two, probably two that he forced yesterday. He didn't force throws yesterday. Um, he didn't force any throws. If it wasn't there, he took a check down. I think they need to, talk about what's going to happen and how they're going to scheme up. Now, look, this will be understand too, though. Cincinnati runs a 3-3-5, so this isn't your average defense. Like if you're not used to playing against it, you're not really going to be. It's going to be a little. It's hard to be successful against it because it's not a. It's a tough defense to figure out because they take away that deep. They take away those deep shots and they kind of make you. They keep everything in front of them. Really, this is a D that really keeps everything in front of them, and they really kind of make you dink and dunk. And I know Raiola in the Big Time. I know that the 3-3-5 just isn't something that's popular in the Big 12. That's the defense in the Big 12. If you play in the Big 12, you run 3-3-5, or you at least run some form of it, and it's in your call sheet as a defensive coordinator. So, and I know Raiola just hasn't seen it in the Big Ten. I'm a little confused though because I know Dana Holgerson has seen it because he did coach in the Big 12, but I guess he wasn't there for long. So I guess that's another thing too. He also hasn't seen it a ton, most likely because he wasn't. Houston just got in the Big 12. Um, so, but yeah, I think I wouldn't be again. That's another where I wouldn't be concerned. Is this is a defense that Raiola and Holgerson both were kind of I guess you could say new to and hadn't seen a lot in their careers. Um, so I wouldn't be. And then this is their first time hooking up. Like this is their first time hooking up together as OC and play caller and quarterback. So I would really look weeks down the line when they play in Michigan and they play some of the other teams, and I would say, okay, how do they look? Because everybody's. I don't have any criticism for Dylan Raiola. I would have liked for him to play better, but I commend him. Like you didn't force the ball. Because had he forced the ball, we'd be sitting there laughing at him about how he forced the ball. Or how, oh my gosh, he took a bunch of sacks today. He evaded the pocket when needed. He kept us alive with the legs. He didn't force the ball. If it wasn't there, he didn't take. He played like an NFL quarterback. Like he didn't he was content with just taking what the defense gave him. So if I'm an opposing team, that's scary to me because uh, that's scary. That he is mature as a young quarterback. He is very mature. And Sorsby, who's a redshirt junior, did the same thing as him. Like that's what he played like an older quarterback. So I'm not. I'm looking to see more. I got to see more of this Nebraska team. Where I'd like to see them put up 30 or some point, like come out and dominate Nebraska. But offensive, I think defensive they were all right. I think offensive they definitely could have been better. And then going to Nebraska's defense, I have one concern. So so Cincinnati has no receivers. No receive. They had coaching malpractice and didn't get any receivers. Only thing Brendan Sorsby could do yesterday was run. And Nebraska's D coordinator, like I just never seen such inept coaching. I don't understand. Auburn and sort like the drive when they got the 17 when they got that touchdown to go when there was a drive that Nebraska scored and then Swordsby got the ball right after and they went and got they made it it was 20-10 and they went and scored and made and Cincinnati made it 20-17. That drive, that last touchdown drive Cincinnati had, I think Swordsby ran for like almost. I think he ran the whole entire drive dang there. I think he got the whole thing with his legs. Like it just didn't make sense to me. Like what was the game plan for Nebraska? Once you saw like, hey, these dudes they don't got receivers. Like and this Swordsby kid, like all he can really do is run because we blanket and everything. I need to make sure I am keeping this kid in the pocket when he tries to run. I have people waiting for him. Like that's why I didn't understand. Is like how you're giving up how are you letting him keep drives alive and then giving up touchdown drives just off the dude's legs alone? That's where I was really kind of concerned about Nebraska's. I think John Butler's name, something like that. That's what he concerned me. I would have liked to see, especially that, and it wasn't like, oh, this is first, second quarter, okay, whatever. Fourth quarter, you should have been figured this dude like, okay, we need to like they did. There's no way like you really could have played man versus Cincinnati and been fine. Like, but you can play zone, but you just have to find a way to keep. You cannot let the dude run for 80 yards on a drive, like in the fourth quarter. You have to have figured that out by then. You should have had made adjustments or had something in the playbook. Hey, if we know like, hey, we know these dudes are receivers. We're blanking and they stuff. This kid can move. He's gonna try to run. We need to be ready for that. And I just think that's where Cincinnati's um, defense. I mean, Nebraska's defense really just kind of let me down, and that's a yeah, they gave up 17 points, but the way they gave it up wasn't inspiring for me. Um, they should have had that figured out by then. That touchdown drive he had in the fourth quarter to make it 17-20 should never happen. It should never happen. He shouldn't have. You can't let him run for 80 yards on his legs alone. Like that whole drive was just swords being his legs. Like you have to have adjustments for that. You have to be on top of that. And Cincinnati don't like. What are you so scared about Cincinnati receivers for? They can't get open consistently. So that's my thoughts. And then when it comes to Cincinnati, their defense, I thought they played a really good game. Played a 3-3-5. Kept everything in front of them. They gave no deep shots. They made everything tough for Raiola, and they got good pressure. They front. And I'll say this: Dante Corleone's a first, second round pick. That's what he is. Like the dude's a stud. He really made it hard. Um, he really Dante Corleone really made it hard on Nebraska running the ball. And I want to say it too. I forgot to mention Emmett Johnson's a stud. So Emmett Johnson, somebody you need to keep your name out for Nebraska as a running back. He's going to be 1,000 yard plus guy if he stays healthy. He's that good. And the scary part, his speed. We didn't get to see him break it out. We didn't get to see him bust a big one, like get a really big and just take it and run. Um, so that's a scary part because I think that dude still has more in a tank when it just comes to hey, I can really take what would be for most guys 15 20. I can make it 50 60, like and house it. Like this dude, he's a guy that for on anyone on the field, you give him the ball as running back and he can house it. Like I think that's how fast that kid is. So um, he was probably my MVP of the game for offense, and then for defense it would have been Dante Corleone. Like Dante Corleone, the first second round pick. That dude's legit. He is in at 335. You need somebody like that because you don't have as many down linemen on the interior of your D line, and you lose a lot of mass when you just put one D tackle on that two, like a lot of teams have. Or you just take away whether it's D tackle or D end, you take away a D lineman, you play with three and not four, or some people even play with five. You lose mass. So having Corleone is pivotal for a defense like this, and he played like a first round pick. The dude was I just like so just like Dominic Orange. Now he's different. Dominic Orange is very big, very wide. He's not as big and wide, but the dude can fly out play. He's a first, second round pick. I thought he had a phenomenal game. So we'll see what Cincinnati does. I will say this about Cincinnati. I think they're going to be another 5-7, 5-7 or whatever, 5-6, whatever, 5-6 win team. Um, I think Cincinnati could have been a cause for a playoff level team. I think what they messed up was Cincinnati didn't recruit any receivers. So like I don't understand what the game plan was with Scott Satterfield. Brendan Sorsby is an amazing quarterback. That dude throws dots. I mean, it's crazy. He's an NFL quarterback. That kid is an NFL quarterback. But Cincinnati recruited no receivers. I mean, I don't understand what the game plan was. Like if Cincinnati had some receivers, they probably could have won this game handily. Cincinnati has no receivers. They recruited no wide receivers. They recruited Tolly Walker from Wisconsin, who's a stud, and they recruited Joe Royer. I mean, and he was there last year. Everybody knows about him. He's a stud. He's gonna be he looked decent. He didn't have many opportunities, mainly because everybody knows you take him away as a main threat. So I, I I just understand that's why I think Scott Satterfield, for me as a coach, might be the death of his career because it's not every day you get a Brendan Sorsby and you got him and he's panning out. He's a really good quarterback. He's a stud. And okay, I get last year. Okay, look, you didn't have, you had what you had. You didn't even know Swords was going to be good, but you had what you had. But then you see, okay, this kid's legit. We need to go get wide receivers and put them around him. We could be a legit team, and you just don't. That I think will be the downfall of Cincinnati this season is they just didn't recruit the wide receiver position at a high level. They stink, and it's like they put a Ferrari in a trailer park. Like you just did Swordsby doesn't have anything around him outside of Royer and then his running backs I think Pryor and Tawi Walker. So and they got a O line hold up good enough. Like to me is this receivers with a big hole in this team that just never got addressed in the portal, and that's gonna be a downfall of the Cincinnati team. So I think Cincinnati will probably be a 5-6 win team. I don't think they'll be special. I think Satterfield messed that up. I don't know what he was thinking come portal time, but and high school recruiting. But you should have went and got some dudes, whether it was in high school or whether it was in the portal. You should have went and got some dudes and put some fresh faces out there that can really get open. They didn't. So I think that'll be the downfall of Cincinnati. Honestly, I think yeah. And for Sorsby, I say this when it comes to Sorsby, I really think that kid should just leave. He's too good for Cincinnati. I mean, look, dude, if they're gonna be so inept, they're not even gonna put talent around you, like, and you're a stud. Like, I would just leave. Um, you know, if I was supposed to be, I'd leave. Man. I don't see the point in staying. Like, they didn't put any talent around you. They gave you no wide receivers to throw to. Like, you can't do anything with what Cincinnati's given him. So he has one more year left. I think Sorsby should enter the portal, and I think that dude's a $3-4 million quarterback. And if he gets in the right system, he'll be a first round pick, like flat out. I think he'd probably be our number one quarterback. Like out of the quarterbacks that enter the portal, he probably if he were to enter it, he'd be our number one guy. Of the quarterback that I can see entering the portal, he's that good. Like the dude's legit. He could make the throws. He could throw it. He just needs dudes to throw it too. And so yeah, I think that kid needs to enter the portal. I think he needs to leave, go somewhere, make $2-3 million, and go. At the end of the day, go play with dudes. Go be on a team that can give you what you need at wide receiver and that kind of stuff, and will give you support so you can really shine. He can't shine in that Cincinnati offense. Like I said, it's like putting a Lamborghini in a trailer park. He can't shine on that team. There's just no way. Not with that receiving room. So